big brands. You have brands approaching them, all this kitchen online, saying, just feature this semo for us, do this for us. And you're wondering, she's making money, a lot of money from you watching that video, that 1 minute video. She's making so much money from endorsements. So that is also a business for her. You can say, how does dancing, how does my passion, I like to dance, how can I make money from that? You start dancing online, you see a trend video, you post, people are watching, people are following. Before you know, artists are saying, feature this song, dance to this music for us. We have Bright Wundu on Instagram. All he does is go around with his speaker, and he's gone on the streets dancing. People are following him. People are dancing. He's putting it up. He has followers in America, in London. All these upcoming artists, they're paying him to dance to the streets. And it's a way he's advertising for them. He has over 200, 300,000 followers. Dancing was passion, and make from it now passion. We're back to passion. What is your passion? Identify your passion and try to work on it. See how you can make money from it now. If baking is your passion, like I always tell people, there's always money in food. You don't need to own a big kitchen or be a caterer or own the biggest cake industry in Lagos for you to be rich. You can start baking as a gift for your neighbors. Make it nice, make it presentable. Take a picture of that cake, put it on your page. Let it be constant, let it be consistent. People will know that you are dependable, you are available, and people will definitely order from you. So after you identify your passion, it's always important to start small. Start small. I hear a lot of people come to me and say, I want to start selling shoes, but I don't have a shop. I don't have this. You don't need a shop to start selling your shoes. You always start small. And before we go on, I need to let you know at this point that when you want to start a new business, a lot of people have the misconception that I have a lot of friends, I have a lot of family. Yes, my family will help, my family will, my friends will. No, get it right. Your family and friends are not your customers. That they're exactly what we say they are. They're just your family and they're your friends. Will they patronize you? Some will, some won't. But if you base your starting a business on your friends, this is my friend, she's always buying cars. Let me start selling cars so she can buy from me. Okay, you start selling cars and then your friend buys one car in 3 years. Please, how did you start a car business because of this particular person?
Done. Well done.
So your family and friends are not your business targets. Nigeria has a population of over 250 million people. Lagos alone has more than 25 million occupants. You are looking out there to the millions of people out there. Those are your customers, those are your friends, not the 50 people you know or the 200 people you know. Go on your phone, scroll, even if you know 600 people. Amongst those 600, probably only 200 can afford what you're selling. Those are not your customers, because even once you sell to those 200, you are done. Close your shop and go and sleep. But your customers are out there. So don't go into business. And I've heard people say, you are my friend, you don't shop with me. You become enemies with that person because the person did not buy things from you. No, you are getting it wrong. Don't start a business because I'm going to start selling shoes. My friend wears size 41. So all the shoes you buy will be size 41. And then you start putting a rope on your friend's neck. Come and buy now. It's because of you I bought this shoe. Don't you like it? It's because of you I bought this shoe. No, that is not how to start a business. And your family and friends are just exactly what I said right now. They are just your family and friends. Your customers are out there. If you start with this knowledge, you will do well. Start small. You don't need a building. You don't need a store to start. God has been so good to us in this generation. We have so many platforms now. We have TikTok. People sell on TikTok. You have your WhatsApp status. People make lots of money on WhatsApp status these days. You have Instagram. You have YouTube. You have Facebook. You have so many channels where you can put your goods. We have other platforms like Gigi, Konga. all these ones. I personally feel if you are not the kind of person with a good phone that cannot upload, you have other channels. You can just use your WhatsApp status, and then people start to recommend you. People want to come, and you say you want to start a business. Identify your sourcing as well. How do I source? Some people say, I want to give me contact of a company in Turkey. Ladell, give me how you bought this thing in America. How did you go to China? No, I didn't start that way. To be sincere, I didn't start that way. What I did personally was I identified a store in Lagos who already brings in these items I want to buy from America. Whether you like it or not, Lagos Island, Trade Fair, Onitsha markets, all these places have people who bring in things from the things you want to sell. There's already an importer for it, a big time importer. Locate them, identify them. So I went to Lagos Island. I found an importer. I bought from her in wholesales, dozen of this, half dozen of that, half dozen of this. And even before then, I already traveled personally on personal trips, on holidays. And I buy a few things. So I had a couple of things already. And having these things on me, people already knew my quality. I sourced for somebody in Nigeria. And then when I decided to go large on a larger scale, I found somebody in Ghana as well. Before the Nigerian market became what it is now. I went to Ghana. She's called Amalina. Amalina in Ghana. If you mention Amalina to anybody who's been in the baby world for 10 years, 12 years, they know who I'm talking about. She used to be a big deal in Ghana. Everybody in Nigeria used to go to Ghana to shop from Amalina, and we'll buy our baby things from there because she does things from London, America, and China. And then you buy what you can. We ship to Nigeria. So I also got from Amalina before I started going to London, America, all these countries myself. So starting small is very important. Identifying your source. For every business, there is already an importer in Nigeria. You're not going to be the first person starting a new business and having everything. And I always tell people, for my own kind of business, I do children's clothing. I do children's clothing from ages 0 to 14, but I didn't start with ages 0 to 14. I started small. So I know what I'm talking about. I started with ages 0 to 2 years. So what I did for ages 0 to 2 years was 0 includes mothers. So I did pregnant women. And in fact, I focused on 0 to 12 months initially. For the first 3 years, all I did was 0 to 12 months. Basically babies, newborn. So I catered for pregnant women, everything you need to take to the hospital, everything your mother needs, everything a new baby needs. I did a list. I'll sit down, write a list, and then source this item. So I was known at the beginning to have everything you needed to take to the hospital, everything a new mother needs. I had it. So you start small, identify what you want to buy, and you don't have to have everything. Now, let me explain. I could have started with 0 to 14 straight up, but this is how it works. So you start with 0 to 14, and then you have maybe ₦1 million to start. You buy age 1 to 3 t-shirts, one piece each. You buy age 6 to, or you buy age 0 to 14 pieces, a dozen, you buy one piece each per age. And then a customer comes, buys 7 years, and another one comes and wants for 7 years. And then you sold the only 7 years you have. You are stuck with all other ages. Everybody, and that's the way business is. Everybody will come at that time and they want a particular age. I'm looking for 3-year-old t-shirt, but you sold the only one you have. But if you are known as a store that sells this particular brands or this store, no matter what time you get there, they have it. Go to them, they have it. So being people depending on you and knowing what you have and how you do it. Start small, 0 to 12, 0 to 1, and then 0 to 2, and then grow your business from there. With age, you learn from the beginning, you learn from your mistakes, and you keep going. And while you're starting a business, you can, when you get to a stage whereby you have stock, you can't have the stock at home anymore. You start from a small store. You don't go and take a store as big as ShopRite and you say, oh, let me just start big. I need space. So you take a small store, but I always tell people, when you take a small store, don't go and take a back street store. Don't go and take a store in a hidden place. If a store is 200,000 naira and another store is 2 million naira, those stores are priced like that for a reason. The 200,000 naira store, you say, oh, it's cheap. It's on the streets. It's on the streets. When people are going home, people will see my market, people will see my goods. That's good. But people have passed the high street before they got to the streets that leads to their house. So when you ignore the 2 million naira store and you go and take the 200,000 store, they're going to struggle a little bit. There's a reason why that other store is priced at that price, at 2 million. There's a reason. And then another thing to look out for is parking space. Your customers need to be able to stop and shop without any fear of their cars being bashed or their cars being towed. All these things people ignore, but they are very important points. You're looking for a store, make sure you get a store that has at least parking space for 1 or 2 cars. This will help you when you start a new business. Parking space is important when you finally take your store. When you finally take your store, you need to have parking space. You need to take your store in a good location on a high street. If your rent is 2 million, believe me, in 3 months, you make that 2 million back with profit. But if your rent is 200, at the end of the year, at the end of 11 months, you just sell 250,000. Please, what's the essence of taking that back street store? So you want to stay on the high street. You want to stay in an environment where there's high traffic. There's people go passing and cars, and on a good road. We've talked about passion. We've talked about starting small. We've talked about sourcing. Now, when you decide to take your store, you need to get workers. I hope we're all taking notes. You need to get staff. Staffing is a big deal as well. If you want to outsource your staffing to a company to get your staff because they can do the back end job of checking them out and recommending your staff, fine. If you want to take your staff yourself, you have to do the back end job. Make sure they get a guarantor, get this, have an idea of where the person's house is, probably visit and all of that. But be sure that when you start a business, when you get your store, when you start your company, be sure that you cannot do everything yourself. You can't come to the store in the morning or the office in the morning and mop yourself and clean, arrange the chairs, attend to customers, deliver the goods. You can't do that yourself. So you definitely need extra hands. That is where you have workers, you have staff, you need extra hands. Be ready to pay them. You are paying them for your stress. You are paying them for your business. You are paying them for continuity. If you don't pay your staff well, they're going to steal from you. I'm not saying that even if you pay your staff well, they won't steal. There's that human nature in a lot of people. Some people will still steal. But if your staff know that where they are, their boss is taking care of them, the job is reasonable, and their salary constant, early, they'll definitely pay. And always remember that you can't do the job alone. You can't do the job alone. You need staff. And don't say, oh, let me stay at home. After all, that's why I employ them. When you start a new business like that, you cannot, even the owners, mega stores, they have an office, they have a back end where they go and sit and watch what's going on. You can't stay at home and be watching African Magic when you start, or Z-World or Bollywood or whatever it is. You can't stay at home and say, that's why my staff is there. That's what I employ them for. You have to be hands-on. Nobody can love your business like you do. Nobody can love your business like you do. For a new business, your customers want to know you are involved. They want to know you are interested in them. They want to meet the owner. They want to talk to you. They want advice. You see an elderly person saying, what color do you think I should take? Oh, what color do you think I should paint my house? What color? It's not as if they did not have an idea of what they wanted before they left home. But because they are meeting the owner of the business there, they want you to also give them, oh, what do you think I should do? How do you think I should do it? And if you are there, they feel more confident talking to the boss, and they feel more comfortable referring your business. They see your business as a serious place. They see you as a serious person. They are happy to come back. Don't stay at home while your business is being run by people who did not have an idea of the way you started or the initial plan for your business. And for those who are starting a new business, I always say, do not take a bank loan at the beginning of your business. It puts too much pressure on the business. Taking a bank loan from the very beginning puts too much pressure on the business. You say, oh, but madam, if I don't take a loan from the bank, how do I start? You can start saving, personal savings. You can approach family and friends to help you start up. And that is where investing or investors come in. There are people who will give you money, loan you money to start. At your own time, you return. Because when you start a new business, for example, nobody's promising you smooth sailing from the beginning. Nobody's telling you that the day you open a shop, that day, apart from your opening day sales, yes, people will come and buy and everything. You're going to have high days, you're going to have low days, you're going to have 0 days. That's how business is generally. There are the highs and lows. If you notice, during Christmas, everybody's stocking up because that's a high season. It's a peak season. So a lot of businesses also do seasons. Some businesses are non-seasonal. So if your business is a seasonal business, you need to know that when you start that business, you need to drive traffic to that business. People will need to trust you, and then you need to have consistency for you to maintain a certain amount every day or every month. When I started business, I had days when I didn't sell anything. Yes, every business does. You have these days when you open your store, you close your store, you sold nothing. But with time, people will come and say, oh, I recommended my friend, did she come? Yes, she came. You start selling 20, 30. You are constantly on 100,000 every day. And before you know it, you're constantly on 200,000 every day. Before you know, you're constantly on millions. So when you have investors who come in, can be your brother, can be the initial investor. They want to see you put in the work. Whoever it is, they want to see progress. They don't know, nobody will give you money, 100,000 to start business. And then when they call you, you are saying, my leg is paining me today. I just said, let me lie down small. But on Saturday, you will go to party. Then on Sunday, you will do what you like. Then on Monday, you say, Orient for me, I have a headache. My leg hurts. That's why I didn't go to the shop today. And then your shop is not open on Monday. Your shop is not open on Tuesday. Your store is not open on Wednesday. Then you open on Thursday, Friday because it's weekend. Or you are there only on Friday. It's weekend. Let me stay in my shop today. Or let me stay in my office today. Business moves. Your investors will be disappointed. No matter how much money that person has. Nobody wants to throw away money. They want to see you put in the work. Nobody wants to throw away their money. Nobody wants to see you be lazy. Nobody wants to put money into a business and have you waste it. So with starting a business and maintaining a business, you need to work, you need to research, you need to ask questions, you need to be active. If you have an Instagram page, you need to be active. You need to do even more research, give quality. That is what will make the customers come back. Quality service, quality goods, whatever it is you're rendering, make sure. If you get a wholesaler who gives you goods that are defective, please desist. Stop buying those goods. Don't say, it's when they get home, they will see, Jare, what's my business? My own is I've collected money. It's okay for you to collect money for that day. When your customer gets home, they have a problem with your goods, they'll never come back. They'll never refer another person. Then you say, I don't know what's wrong with my business. I don't know why I'm not doing well. Why? It's really bad. Poor quality also affects it. Make sure your name is important to you. Now, when we say name, when you want to start a business, you have to have a good business. You have to have a good name for your business, because as a business person, your name, the name of your business is what people will call you. I'm Ladell Baby, but my name is Stella. I don't think I've heard anybody call me Stella in maybe 7 years. Everybody who knows me calls me Ladell. So imagine if you call your business sheet of paper. Anywhere you go, they'll be calling you sheet of paper, sheet of paper. Or if you call your business jump and somersault, anywhere you go, they'll be calling you jump and somersault. Mr. Jump and somersault. Mr. Jump and somersault. So your name, the business name also matters a lot. Look for a good name for your business. Look for a good name for your business. Make sure that the name, and you tie it into what you do. Make sure it's a name that when people call you, it's a name that sounds nice, and a name that is easy to remember. Some people name their businesses BQWRYZ. When I'm searching for a name of a business and you name it BQWRYZ, I may not remember. I'm like, BQ, what is the rest? So the name you choose for a business also helps your customers locate you faster, helps them connect with you faster, helps them find you faster on Google, find you faster on Instagram, find you faster on different platforms. And if you do not have a good name or a name they can remember, then you'll have a problem of customers locating you. So that's naming your business is very important. You have Instagram where you can market. You have TikTok. You have website. You can go open a website. You have WhatsApp status. We talked about that already. And we're talking about care now. Make sure the items you give out, the items you put out there are a reflection of you. Make sure you're giving good quality so people can always come back to buy from you. People can always come back to say, I got this from you, I enjoyed it, I want to buy more. If it's food as well, make sure that you taste the food you are putting out there. If the quality of that food is not good enough, do not put it out there. For shipping, for those of us who want to start a new business, there are so many options of shipping. You have the cargo, the sea cargo, and you have the air cargo, the air freight and the sea freight. When you start a new business, I know it won't be easy for you to tie down your money in sea freight. Sea freight takes between 2 months to 3 months, 2.5 months for your goods to arrive. So what I normally advise new businesses is put some of it in sea and do a portion of it by air. Now, if these items are heavy items, no way. There's no way you can do air cargo because there'll be absolutely no profit on these things. And you have competitors already in the market who already have these things for cheaper. So putting them by air, except you already have a client who says, I need it desperately, I don't care about the price, and the person pays you upfront for it, then you can air freight it. But sea freight has always been known to be the cheapest and the most reliable way to get your profits when you buy goods and you ship by sea. Now, you also need to know how those, you need to know what those goods weigh. When you want to ship t-shirts, for example, you want to ship souvenirs, for example, you need to know what that souvenir weighs. What does the souvenir weigh? What does this weigh? What does that weigh? The weights will help you know if you want to, the weights let you know if you want to do them by air or you want to do them by sea. You have to do, your calculation is very important. I've met so many business people who have come to me to say, oh, I think my staff is stealing from me. I don't know why I'm not seeing my profits. I don't know why I'm not making money. The problem I've noticed with a lot of business people is that they bought an item for $10, for example. $10 now is 8,000 naira. $1 is 800. Let me peg it at 800 right now. $1 is 800 naira. You buy something for $10, that's 8,000 naira. By the time the items arrive in Nigeria, you see them say, madam, pay 9,500. Okay, you in your mind now, you think you have gained 1,500 because you bought that thing for 8,000 naira. But guess what? You probably shipped that item for 2,000 naira. So 8,000 for 2,000 is 10,000 naira. And then you've told the customer to pay 9,500 for that thing. Guess what? You've lost 500 naira and you've made zero profits. So a lot of people don't remember to add their shipping cost to the items. So by the time you sell that thing for 9,500, you say, I bought it 8,000. You remove the 8,000. Then you keep 1,500 and say, this is my the person, Alabaru, that will help you carry those goods to the bus stop, 500 naira. The transporter who will help you carry those things charge you 1,000 naira. Going and coming, you pay 2,000 naira. Those goods cost you something. You need to factor them into the purchase price before you work in your profits. So business doesn't do well because a lot of people don't take time to factor in their shipping, transportation. And for those who already travel for business, you need to factor in your air tickets, you need to factor in your hotel, you need to factor in your feeding. All these things contribute to how much you price an item and what your profit on that item will be. Make sure you remember to price your items right. That is the only way you can see. Referrals are very important. Somebody buys from you, you need them to refer you to their friends. So quality and care, make sure you check what you're giving out. Make sure you see what you are giving out. Make sure you even use part of what you are giving out so that you give your customers ultimate satisfaction. And then when people want to start a business, I hear them say, there's a baby shop or there's a shoe shop on that road. I don't want to open my store close to that one. No, nobody's your competition. No matter how big the brand is, no matter how big that store is, they can't cater to everybody in Lagos, how much more Nigeria. If you see in the mall, for example, there's ShopRite. But if you come outside the mall, there's another supermarket. Supermarkets, you can see 2 or 3 supermarkets on the same road, and they all have their customers, they all sell. Pharmacies on the road, you can see 3, 4, 5 pharmacies on a stretch of road, and they all sell. Because there's no pharmacy that can have all the drugs. There's no pharmacy that can take care of all the clients. If they have 1,000 people with headache today, if you go to one pharmacy, they probably have 10 cartons of paracetamol, and then they sell it out. You still have over 400 people that have not gotten from that first pharmacy. They'll definitely go somewhere else. You understand me? So one store cannot cater to everybody. Don't say, I wanted to open a salon on this road, but I can see one salon there. So let me take my salon somewhere else. No, go ahead. Open your salon on that same road. Now, what you may give in your own salon that the other salon doesn't have, you may now offer maybe better pricing. You may offer maybe more services, maybe a massage, maybe just something more. And even if you don't offer something more, if that salon is an adult salon, you can open a baby salon. Mothers forever look for where to make their children's hair. They want to make your salon children friendly. Have a twist to your own salon. Have a twist to your own business. A lot of streets have boutiques on them, and all the boutiques have their own customers. So coin your business in such a way that, yes, nobody is your competition. The sky is big enough. The sky is big enough. What that means is that no one store can cater to all the children that were born in one day. In Lagos alone, we have over 1,000 children born every day. Maybe 500 children, maybe 200. Even if they bring 200 children to me, brand new children, today they just gave birth to them. And they need shawls for 200. Once I sell that 200, I don't have shawls for the next day. So I have to go and source from somewhere else to restock. I'm also constantly restocking. So if they buy a few items from me, they'll buy from my neighbor as well. People have stores next to each other. I don't have this, my neighbor will have. I don't have, go to my neighbor. Nobody's your competition. Make yourself your only competition. You are in competition with yourself. So every day you are telling yourself, I can do something different. Constant improvement on yourself, on your business. Some people, once they open a store or have an office, they don't paint, they don't shuffle things around. Let your customers walk in today and see your store a certain way. Let them walk in tomorrow and see your store another certain way. Some people don't bother about the cleanliness of the environment. They say, is it that one they are coming for? They are coming for. No, the cleanliness, the way your store smells, the way your staff smell. When I walk into a store, an office, I walked into a bank, let me not mention the name of the bank, in VI, and I walked in and I walked out. I had to go to the front desk and say, guys, do you know this place is smelling? Then they start coughing around, running around, looking for air freshener. I'm like, this is a bank, for heaven's sake. Somebody should be in charge of things like that, you know? So people want to come into your business and the place smells good. People want to come into your business and it's well ventilated. You have your ACs running, is a priority. Make sure there's light. Make sure your customers are not sweating. Some people own a boutique, they want to try on the clothes and they're sweating. No, if you're in the dressing business and people need to try on the clothes, make sure your dressing room is properly aired. Invest in a good generator, invest in a good AC. Even if that's the only room that has AC, please get it done. Don't let people sweat on the clothes they're not going to buy all those clothes they're trying. They're going to hang them back with all store body odor. Then your store starts to smell. The smell, presentation of your store, and what you offer people is a big deal. Let people have something good to say about your business space. Let people have something good to say about your business. Let people have something good to say about you as a person. Be consistent in business. You don't have a competition. You are your only competition. Improve on yourself, improve on your business, improve on your structure, offer more, do more, be present in your business. That's what we know that keeps a business running. And at a point when your business grows to a certain stage where you know that, oh, every month, give or take, I make a certain amount, and you think you need to step up a little, you need a loan, you can take a loan. Microfinance banks give loans, even though their charges are a little bit high. You can do a quick one if you are sure you make up to $1 million a month, a minimum of $1 million or 500,000, whatever you make a month. If it's 300,000 you make a month, for sure, when you approach a microfinance bank, take that amount from them. Take that same amount from them. Take the 300,000 naira as your first loan. Add it to what you already have and buy that business and buy that product. Now you are under pressure to pay back. Do not let it drag. If you can, within the first 2 months, pay it all off. All off. Make your loan a priority. When you pay it all off, you are relaxed. By the time you sell off the goods, you have extra money. You can now go back. By then, your sales would have increased and take 500,000. You can now go back and take $1 million. You can now go back and take 2 million. But if you know your sales for the month is 300,000, you go and take a loan of 2 million naira. You have killed your business, because it will take you more time to sell 2 million to pay that debt. And while you are still trying to sell these goods, you are still buying goods. And then people say, oh, I don't know how come I'm in debt. Because you have taken more than you have chewed, you have bitten off more than you can chew. Always take the first loan to be within how much you make per month. That way, your business grows. Now, some people will say, how do I know what part of my business to spend? The first way, how to know what part of your store money or your business money can be spent. You say, I'm the breadwinner. I'm the one who pays school fees. I'm the one who pays the shop rent. I'm the one who does this. So what I do is I tell people to calculate your profits. You bought goods of 200, your profits on that 200,000 is 50,000 naira. You take your profit, you divide it into 3. 1/3 of that profit is what you can spend. 2/3 you put back, because the other 1/3 will be for the other 1/3 will be for salary and store running. Store running means you're buying petrol, you are buying soap, you are buying mop, you are buying this in the store, store running. And the other third part is the part you can say is for savings. So you can only spend 1/3 of whatever your profit is. Now, people don't understand this. A lot of people say, okay, I've sold 300,000. So 1/3 of 300,000 is 100,000. So it's 100,000 that I have to spend. No, 100,000 is not what you have to spend. 300,000 sales is not your profit. Your profit on 300,000 may be 100,000. So 200,000 is not your profit. If 100,000 is your profit on 300,000, you divide 100,000. You cannot say, oh, yesterday I sold 100,000. So they said I can divide my 100,000 into 3. No. If you sold 100,000, for example, your profit may be 25,000. It is that 25,000 that you divide into 3. You can spend 1/3 of that, keep 1/3 for running, and save 1/3. That way, your business is sustained. You cannot say, oh, I sold 1 million and then spend 1 million. It will affect your business. You cannot do that. You cannot say, oh, I'm going to spend 10 million. It will affect your business. Don't say because every month I sell 4 million, then you go and rent an apartment for 4 million. You forget that there's school fees, there's feeding, there's maintenance. Maintaining a house is not cheap. Paying school fees is not cheap. I'm the breadwinner, yes. But you need to sit down and do these calculations properly. If you sell 100,000, 100,000 is not your profit. There's a purchase price and there's a profit. Identify how much of that 100,000 is your profit, divide it into 3, and only 1/3 of it. Another thing is, I always tell new businesses and even old businesses, don't take cash home. As much as possible, do not take cash home. Once it's 3 p.m., 3:30, make sure the cash in store is being deposited in the bank. Do not, if you can, do not take cash. What that does is that once you tend to have some money on you, on your way home, you see suya, you buy. You see plantain, you buy. You see onion, you buy. You remember there's no this at home. So when you have so much money, somebody asks you for money, loan me money, you just dip your hand in your pocket, you dash. When you have cash on you, you're a little bit more lenient with spending. You're a little bit more cash you can have out of your hands in the bank, out of reach, the better for you. I also practice this policy of having an account that I don't have ATM for, I don't have access for. I call it my working account. So that usually I fund that account for when I'm going to have a major trip, or I put the bulk of my money in there. The bulk of my business money goes into that working account. So for that account, I don't have online banking for it. I don't have internet banking for it. I don't have transfer. I don't have any way of transferring money from that account except I walk into the bank. It's my business account and it's one of my accounts. I have so many accounts, but it's one of my accounts, and that helps you to be strict with spending when you know that the only way you can get that money out is to go to the it's a little bit tasking for me. Going to the bank is a little bit tasking. So having to get the bank, sign a form, draw money. I do that to help me save. Saving culture. So you can have an account like that as well. That will help you to that will help you to save and help you to spend less. Don't take cash home, and have an account whereby you have some savings. I can see somebody said, I think we should factor in competitors. This dictates the way we carry out our daily businesses. Thinking about our competitors is a way of knowing their strengths and weaknesses. We can build their weaknesses to our own advantage. I disagree with that. I disagree with that because you dwelling on your competitor, dwelling on what this person is doing, looking for loopholes, looking for their weaknesses is time consuming, energy draining. I think you should just set goals for yourself. Like I said, once you know what your passion is, what that person's passion is not your passion. Both of you are not doing the same thing. Your business may look like the same thing, but you have different drives. You have different drives. You have different sourcing points. Even if you have the same sourcing point, on top. But when you drain yourself by going to your competition, checking out their prices, look, you bring in goods, you set your price, just make sure that they are fairly priced. People will see even the cheaper goods and buy your own goods. I have this experience whereby I have shirts in my store for 12K and I have shirts in my store for 4K, 3K. And I'm shocked most times when people walk in and is that one of 12K they want to buy? There's still the one of 3.5. Nobody wants to buy that because this is how the human mind works. They believe that the more affordable an item is, sometimes the more accessible an item is, everybody will have that item. But if it's expensive, then it's unique to them. If the shirt is expensive, not everybody will buy it. So it's only their children, it's only my child that will have it. So you have stores who are selling the same product, but they call it luxury. It's the same bag this store is selling, but this other store says how people will go and buy that one of luxury. And you are wondering, is it not the same thing? But it's a luxury bag today for luxury, while you are carrying the same thing. So I think in business, dwelling on your competitors' weakness, dwelling on what they are doing and what they are not, will draw you back. So if your competitor decides to not calculate the price of things properly and is making a loss, you also want to make a loss. Or what do you mean by competition? Whatever it is, wherever you find yourself, the sky is big enough. Consistency is better than competition. Be consistent, be available, be there, and be very sure that people will seek after you, people will want you, people will prefer you. And you know, your presence in the business as well does a lot. People will say, like I made the example of people asking what color of paint should they buy. If you're in the paint business, for example, I wanted to buy white when I got there, but when I got there, the owner of the business said, "Oh, madam, have you tried Dove Gray? Oh, it has a cooling effect. It's cooling. It makes the house warm. It's not so dirty. It will not make the dirty will not show easy." And I changed my mind from white to Dove Gray. And I applied this Dove Gray in my house. And I'm like, it's nice. So do you know that man has said it? Maybe he didn't want to have white, but he said buy Dove Gray. He has succeeded in selling to me. And even when I wanted to buy only one drum, I bought 3 drums because the man could persuade me, the power of persuasion. He could persuade me to buy more. So I don't know if there are any questions. I don't know what points you want me to dwell on. You want me to dwell on how to sell more on Instagram, how to sell more physically. I would like to read your questions. I'd like to know what you have. My name remains Stella. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You've done a great justice to the topic, and I believe we've all learned one or two things on the high. And before I start asking people that if you have questions, just drop your hand. I'll be calling you. But let's like the person that dropped a message, that dropped that message on the chat room, because we have people that drop something from the Facebook. I'll still read the questions out, Facebook and IG. He said, the person said, Olari, what you said, I think we should factor in competitors. This dictates the ways we carry out our daily businesses. Thinking about our competitor, it's a way of knowing their strengths and weakness. We can build weaknesses on our own advantage. Yeah, you're saying it, but what she has come from the end. I'll tell you, we have two ways to business. We have the product and we have the service. The angle you are looking at for, if you're looking from the service part, that's when you can say you can do that. But when it comes to the product, if you go to Colin Cowell was saying that when we're doing product thing, you don't need to look at your competitor, because your competitor might be doing wrong thing. But what we believe on is outside. So that's why we are talking about appearance and reality. You can see someone shop so good, looking good and all that. The person is driving car to the shop, seeing the person coming to the shop, doing every time you keep things working on. Do you know that 100 people might enter the same shop that you're talking about and they're not buying anything? But only three persons will enter your shop and they will buy something worth of 500,000. Why if you think about that, that's why what Stella said it all. Don't look at that. But when it comes to services, you can look at that angle that, okay, let me use the advantage of this person. That is on services. So that's the area I will tell you, don't let us do, because if you are looking about the competitors, you may not be able to move. So that's an area you need to look at. It's good to look at them, but don't overly follow what they are doing. Because I got that information from, if you go to, a good example is if you go to Jumata today, go to Balogun, I will tell you that if you want to buy lace, they will just point you, go to social plans, you see 100 of them selling the same thing, and I can bet you every one of them sells. Because that is what we are calling about clusterization in business. They are clustered. If you take your own outside that area, you might not be making that kind of business. So, but when it comes to services, you can peep into it. Just go on the website, do what we call ghost call. Somebody, how much do you do this service? How much do you do that service? And you'll be able to say, okay, let me take advantage of this. So that's another area we look at. Okay, before I go on, we have some questions here before I'll go back to, okay, we have a question from Nwoko Marine. He said, I have a question. I follow you on Instagram. Yeah, Nwoko Marine. He said, I follow you on Instagram and I really admire you, Ma. I'm really trying to build my Instagram page, but it's so hard, and I have had you say you lost your page and had to build back, and you have grown so fast. How did you do it? How do you do it? So that's a question for you, Stella.
Yes. So before I logged in, I quickly posted this webinar on my Instagram page, and I think I have quite a lot. Some of my followers are following me. Okay, so this is Nwako Maureen. You are welcome, Ma. I do not know the name. I may not know the face, but I'm glad you are here. Thank you for following me on Instagram. I appreciate you. You say you follow me on Instagram and you really admire me. Thank you. I'm really trying to build my. Okay. For those who Surrey Baby Store has been a struggle, has been a challenge I've overcome this year, and by the grace of God, to be permanent. So I lost my page at 7,000 followers. And even in the past when I had my followers, I had so many people approach me saying, buy followers, for as less as 1,005. I could have bought followers up to 50,000 followers. But there was something I realized. Number one, honesty is more important. Number two, I like to know that I'm talking to real people. I like to know that the people who are following me are people who followed me because they want to follow me, not people I had to go and buy or beg or bribe. I see people say follow for follow. I see people say do give away. And then on their page, they have 30,000 followers, but half of the people following, in fact, 3/4 of people following them are not buying anything. They're just there constituting a nuisance, saying, Mama, you look beautiful. Mama, you are this. You are this. No, I didn't want that. So for a genuine business and for a business whereby you want to generate money. So first of all, I have increased how much I use on my data, but my data before I used to peg it to 2,500 naira a month. You say, how possible is that? So I made Instagram my business page. I follow a few other pages. I don't follow too many pages. And Insta blog for news. And I myself disciplined. When I log into from my store, I post my activities, all business related. People follow me, and I sponsor my page. I sponsor my page. There's a way you can sponsor your Instagram page. Once you have the services and once you have the goods, people will definitely, they definitely can't come. So not everybody, some people want to shop from the comfort of their homes. Some want to shop from the office. They don't have the time to come out. And then your job is to make sure they can Instagram, what people follow you for is engagement. So people want to go on your page and spend time on your page without realizing they've been on your page for the past 3 hours. I had a woman who spent 3 days on my page. She said when she wakes up in the morning, she's looking for my page, she's logging in, she's on my page, scrolling and scrolling, watching videos. When I travel, I post videos. You can buy this right now, pay this price. When it gets to the store in Nigeria, it's a certain price. So people want to know that they are getting original goods, they're getting good quality at discounted prices as well. How do I grow my page? By being sincere, by connecting with my friends. Show your face on your page. People want to know that there's a face behind this brand. Don't say, oh, I have pimples on my face. No, it doesn't matter. Your charisma, your smile. Some people will just love you even just for the way you are blinking, just because of the color of your hair, because of the color of your nails. I hear some people say, oh, I follow Chef T. If you see her nails, I'm like, is it the nails you're following her for? Oh, but her nails are always nicely colored. People just want to follow you for silly reasons. But what are you giving them? Is your page empty? Do you have what you're offering them? They should follow you and get quality engagement, quality goods. Now, how did I grow my page? My initial page went down, and Instagram sent me a mail saying I cannot use Ladell Baby. That is my brand name. I cannot use Ladell Baby on Instagram anymore because some people try to use that name Ladell Baby to scam. And so the name has been banned on Instagram somehow. Very painful for me. That's an original name. That's my name. That's my business name for the past 14 years. So that was very, very painful for me that somebody tried to use the name on a phishing site. And my page. Oh, sorry. I don't know. At what point did I get muted? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just realizing that they had to unmute me again. I don't know what you heard. I don't know what you didn't hear. But let me just back up a little. So I said between February and April this year, I lost 4 pages. And I didn't give up. At a point, I really wanted to give up because I know how much I put into my first page. My first page was everything and more, was a whole lot of me. A whole lot of me was on that page. And I lost that first page, lost the second one, third one, fourth one. I had to go back to the drawing board. I had to say, there are some rules and regulations, apart from somebody trying to use my name for a phishing site, scamming people with my name. There's something else. So I found out that Instagram wanted you to use music from Reels and not import music artificially If you did that, they'll bring it down. They'll send you a warning. Instagram wants you to relate with your mail. They want you to know that you're a real person. So they send you a mail. You need to go and check your mails and reply to most of these messages Instagram sends you. So they send you a mail the first time, second time, third time, you don't respond, they'll bring down your page. How do you grow your page on Instagram? Be sincere, be active, put on pictures, good quality pictures, show your face, people want to see you. Connect with people, put reviews, people want to see that other people shop with you, and let them know that you will not run away with their money. I think that's the most important thing. People, as I'm talking to you, I got a message now saying, I just credited your account. Yes, it's a Sunday, my store is not open. I'm not even online. But people trust my brand to the point where even when I'm sleeping, I wake up in the morning and somebody has paid money. People pay money all the time because of the trust. Now, when you buy followers, you lose that trust because people will know somehow. You have 20,000 followers and only 2 likes. People will know, what's happening here? This person has 50,000 followers, only 1 comment. But if you're growing a community, you should aim, what you should aim for as a business person really is communication, people communicating with you in the DM, your fast response in the DM, people communicating with you on your page. You know, when your business is doing well, they should know. And when you are going through a challenge, you hint to them as well. Like when I had the flooding in my store, I posted the flooding and I said, please bear with us. You may not be able to come to the store today. We've been run over by water. Oh, a lot of people still came to the store. People came to the store and put their leg in the water. And that shocked me. It moved me to tears. Like I said, don't come to the store today. We are flooded. Let me give you a hug. So you share a part of you that people can relate with. Business is not easy. Running a business is not easy. So you let them know, be sincere, grow your followers naturally, run sponsored ads, get people online who can help you with that, trusted brands who can help you with that. You know, before it used to be so easy. You use your card to sponsor. So I'm talking to those who want to do business on Instagram and Facebook right now. In those days, we could pay because we used to pay in dollars with our cards when the Nigerian card was still useful. So you could pay for your ads with your options and zero. You can't even use your card online anymore. So there are shortcuts now. And there are all these handles that can help you. Be very sure about the person though, that can help you run ads. So you have people online that can help you run sponsored ads on Facebook and on Instagram. So you run sponsored ads, people see your adverts, people go through your page, people follow you naturally. They are following you because they have seen what they want to buy on your page. They have seen that they like your page. And believe me, it's not about the number of followers. When I had 200 followers, I sold 3 million naira on Instagram with 200 followers. When I tell people that, they say, it's true. Once people can trust your brand. When I travel and I say I'm abroad now, I have people just call me up and send money to my account. People are paying money to my account. They've not even seen what they want to buy. Madam, hold this. When I'm ready to shop, my money is already with you. You give me discounts. People send me money even up to 1 million naira when I'm abroad. And I'm like, what do you want to buy? Just hold it first. Some 50K, some 100K. People trust your brand. Once you are there, your face is showing, your shoe is shining, everything is all right. And they know that you can't run away with their money. You are dependable. You have a location. Even if you don't have a location, just let them know that you are in this not for the money. With 200 followers, I sold a lot. I have a little over 1,000 followers now. And I can tell you that every day is a good day on Instagram. Every day is a good day on Instagram. But why is every day a good day on Instagram? Because my followers are real. My followers are people who saw my page through an advert or through just scrolling on the page or through referrals. And they're following and they are online and they're following me, and they're not just following, they're buying. So there are people not commenting on the post. Does not mean my DM is not active. The DM is on fire sometimes. I have customers who want to buy the same things. So I tell them, please, ma, somebody else wants to buy this. fastest finger. So whoever pays first, we tell the other person, sorry, somebody else has paid for it. Oh, I wanted to pay for it. Oh, sorry, ma, somebody else has paid for it. And I see businesses whereby they keep people's goods because they want to have a bulk delivery.
All right, I think okay. Okay, I think that's your network.
Sorry?
That should be your network. Okay, let's I believe you were able to answer the Facebook and the Instagram. We have another question from the online people asking.
Yes.
They said, Madam Stella, can you just advise me about drop shipping? What advantage and disadvantage of drop shipping? Maybe you make it fast because we have a lot of questions from the IG people, the Instagram people, and Facebook. They said, advise me on drop shipping, the RB and disadvantage.
Okay. Okay, advantage of drop shipping. Can you hear me? I need to know that everybody can hear me though. So advantage of drop shipping and disadvantage of drop shipping. I always tell business people to take a little bit of risk. Drop shipping is for those who do not want to take a risk. You don't know if you sell, so they'll send you pictures, you put the pictures up. Now, the disadvantage in that is you display a shoe on your WhatsApp status and they don't buy it the first day, so you display again. By the time you display the third time, somebody says, oh, I want size 40. Then you go ahead and collect 12K. You say, yes, so madam, credit me, because the drop shipper is going to give it to you at 8.5. So you are selling on your status or on your Instagram page for 12K. You collect the money. And then you go and contact your supplier. And the supplier says, madam, we sold that size 40. We don't even have size 40 anymore. It's sold out. Or we don't have that shoe in gold anymore. We only have it in black. Then you go back to your customer and you say, madam, sorry, we don't have 40 anymore. But you've collected money. People don't want to return the money. So they start going into the market looking for another distributor, another person that has the same shoe. Then you end up giving your customer what I ordered versus what I received. So that is what happens most times with drop shipping. But for me, I always tell people, take a bit of a risk. If you really want to buy a few pairs, if you really want to take a risk, if you really want to sell shoes, buy a few pairs, buy 3 pairs, 2 pairs, list the sizing available, put it on your status, this shoe available in size 40 and 41. Even if it's just those 2 pairs you have, people are going to reach out to you and say, I want the size 40, I want the size 41. But if you don't want to take any risk, there's a problem with that. Then your principal is not tied, they owes you nothing. That person owes you nothing because you didn't pay any money. So it's the goods available that they will send you a lot of pictures, but when you want to now deliver the goods, they'll tell you sold out. And then I saw a page on Instagram recently. She had a lot of lovely gadgets, a lot of all the spinning mops, all this. And then I screen grabbed a picture and I sent to her in the DM. I need this, and I need this. And the whole 4 things I sent to her, she had none. She didn't have one single one. And I said, madam, what are you doing? And she said, hey, sorry, let me confirm. And then she's gone for 2 hours. Then she comes back to me to say, sorry, sold out. Then I instantly know she's a drop shipper. But guess what? I unfollow her and I said, this one is unserious. So you don't have any of the 4 things. It's not as if you have followers or something. You understand? So drop shipping has its risk as well. The availability of those goods, by the time you are ready to sell them, you are going front and back, confirming the size, confirming this, confirming that. People will eventually know you are not an importer. Take the risk. Drop shipping, for me, I've had people approach me for drop shipping and I've said no, because I won't tie down a dress for you because you want to sell and make 2,000 naira. I won't do that. I have walk-in customers, I have customers online. I'll sell that item. You come back to me and say, madam, why did you sell it? No, I have to sell it. I'm not going to consider you. I'm not going to keep a dress in store because you have the picture. So take a bit of risk. Buy 2 pairs, buy 3 pairs, start with something. Drop shipping, okay, but not okay, in my own opinion. If you have a wholesaler that has, if it's a product that is generic, maybe a bowl, even though those ones even go out of stock as well. Maybe a wash or a bucket. They even go out.
US is a crime.
They also go out of stock. Even if it's paper, the brand may go out of stock. You advertise a certain brand and it's out of stock. They want that particular brand, then you give them a different brand or you give them a different color. So I think take a risk, have some stock, no matter how little.
All right. I think that question as well. That question has been answered. I think let's go to other ones because the time is well spent. In the next few minutes, we should be rounding off this program. This is PCV Training Academy knowledge sharing that we bring every month for us to gain and encourage us to do business and get to the high. The second question on the high from Instagram still says, what is your advice of the China product? People do reject China product from me. Should I go for Turkey products or what is your advice? These are your business people.
Yes, but the mistake people make is this. People say China product. Chinese product made for the Chinese markets are actually very good quality. When the Chinese make a shoe and they brand it in their names, the quality is usually very amazing. Now, the problem with Chinese quality is when Nigerians go to China or order from China and they order substandard. Nigerians go and say, this shoe, very good, but too expensive. So the Chinese will go and produce a cheaper quality. Whether you like it or not, in China, they have all qualities. All qualities. They have the zero quality, they have the minimal quality, they have the high quality. Let me shock you. 85% of everything in China, clothing, shoes, is in America, 85% of most of the things you find in America, clothing and shoes and accessories are made in China. They are made in China. The difference between China and between America and Nigeria is a quality control. So these companies have the quality assurance group that look at this product. I know a producer in China who produced shoes for a very big brand. I will not mention. The tag fell off. They condemned the whole 40-feet container. And this Chinese man said to me, Stella, what do I do? So you have Chinese factories that produce high quality look, a lot of things that we buy and sell in America are all made new. Now, Turkey is a good country because Turkey is a producing country. We have very few producing countries. Nigeria could have been a producing country, but we are not. Our lights, our electrical problems will not let us produce. So, Turkey is a producing company. They produce their own. India is a producing country. Sri Lanka is a producing country. Bangladesh is a producing country. China, producing country to a large extent. They also source for cotton from India and Bangladesh, and then they now sew. Now, what China has as an advantage to them is manpower. Labor is cheap. They have the gadgets, they have the machinery to produce large quantity. Now, it's now what you buy from China that matters. Are you buying from a factory that produces for American stores, American, Australian, Russian brands, or are you buying low quality items? Whether you like it or not, China has all grades. If I import something from China for you, except I tell you it's China, you will not know. Going to Turkey to buy is very good as well, but you can also buy rubbish in Turkey as well. Because whether you like it or not every factory in Turkey has the money to produce, oh my gosh, not every factory in China, in Turkey has the money to produce high quality. So with time, they also improve on their quality. So if if you don't know, you can buy rubbish in Turkey as well. But the fact that they're a producing country, that means they produce from raw material to finished products. That is an advantage for them price-wise and quality-wise. So you can source from China and you can source from Turkey, source from America, wherever you want to source from, just make sure you do quality. That's all.
Okay, that is well taken. I think you said because we are going to round up in the next few minutes, but we have a lot of questions, but we might not be able to take all these questions. Another question that I see here, she has dropped it the second time. He said, how have you been able to handle? I can't travel because of the number of money. I can't travel because of the number of money or the amount of money, I wanted to say. I can't travel because of the number of money with me. So I do send my friends to send, but when they come back, the bill they give to me is very high. Have you been in these shoes before? So what is your, as a business person that I've spent a lot of years?
Okay, so when you send your friends to shop with you, it's a problem as well, because no friend will go out of their way to go and shop for you separately on one trip. So what they normally do is they will buy 50 of an item and then give you 10 of it. So you all have, that's the problem Lagos Island has. So everybody has the same thing. Everybody's selling the same thing because one person traveled, everybody donated for that person. So you have Alajaye traveling to London. So the whole market donates money for Alajaye to buy shop for them. So Alajaye comes back with a container and then she's sharing the goods for them. It's the amount she gives them that they repay now. Alajaye will say she bought that shoe. £10 the morale. Shipping no. So £12 they must for me. Then you have to pay. Sorry for those who don't understand Yoruba. Alaja says, I bought that shoe for £10. Shipping is £2. So you guys calculate it in the current pounds and pay me my money, and then you are losing money. But if you can get somebody on that side where you want to shop, get a shipper, get somebody to shop for you, or connect to the store directly. It's always better. You are seeing the products. I always advise that when you are shopping online and you don't have a face or somebody there for you, you do video call with the person. You see the products in the video before you send your money. Now, with Turkey, how we do is we send the money to an agent. You don't have to travel if you cannot travel from the beginning. So you send your money to an agent in Turkey. The store shows you what they want to deliver. They deliver to your agent. You can give your agent the go-ahead to cross-check these goods before they pay. Or you can do a video call to see the actual goods before they send them to your shipper. Now, the shipper weighs the goods. You know how many kg that item is. You know what it is going to cost you in dollars and what it's going to cost you, because the dollar part is the air freight. That's the amount they pay to the airlines to ship it from Turkey or from America to Nigeria. Custom collects in Nigeria here, usually between 500 and 750 naira. So you also have those two charges worked into your clearing. So once you buy the goods, so those are things you have to factor in: the purchase price of that item and your shipping and clearing charge for that item. That way, you know if it's worth it, if it's not worth it. But like I said, research. You can get a store that will give you a dress, for example, or a shirt, for example, for $22. And you get another style that will give you something very similar for $18. You have to keep researching. You have to keep checking. You have to keep searching, and just don't give up. You find something, you find someone. Another question, please.
All right. Mr. Larry, what you your point is well taken. Let's just by 7:30 we should be rounding up. Let's take your message, Mr. Larry. Yes, your point is well taken. And from Juliet Martins, she said, how can one sell or market a service business online, please? Okay, let her say so that I can count that one too up and tell you the secret about that too. So, Stella, you said, how can one sell or market a service business online?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Loud and clear.
Okay, how can one sell, market a service business online? Please, thank you. Oh, of this. How can you sell or market a service business online? When you ask me questions like this, please be specific. I'll be able to answer more specifically. Service business. When you say service business, what is it exactly? I would like to know.
The
I know we
servicing,
talked about quite a
servicing business. I don't. She's talking about
cleaning business.
services. Yeah.
Oh, when you want to clean, she's answered cleaning business. So when you want to start a business, there are people already doing this business. Oh, you're already in this business, obviously. So there are people already in this business. You follow them on Instagram, see what they do, see how they do it. So I have people, I've seen cleaning services who show me the before and the after. And like I said, consistency, even if it is your own house. You clean a spot, you record it. You rearrange your room, you record it. You put it on your page. Nobody will know it's your house. You do your kitchen, you rearrange it. You paint the walls, you change the cabinet, you do something. You pour it on the floor. You show how it was before you pour the agent. You show when you were pouring the cleaning agents. You show the end results. You put this on your page. You do a short video of it. You do pictures of it. You put it on your page. You sponsor this page. You sponsor this post. People are seeing it. People know that, look, people need to clean. Some people don't even believe in having housemates live with them. People want people that just come, clean the house and go. You offer these services. We can come and clean for you on Saturdays, on Sundays. These are cost. And then I notice a lot of businesses don't put their cost on their pages when you advertise something. Put your costs. Don't say, they will run away because of the price. See, you are affordable to somebody. And people know that if you charge them 35K to clean, definitely you're going to do a good job. So charge them. And people who can afford you will reach out to you and say, I want this job. Is this 35K for the month, or is it one cleaning, or what? Be there. Show your before, show your after. How can you market a service? Yes, just doing videos of what you can do, videos of what you have done. And then, I always tell people as well, do posts like your house can look like this. Post of this could be your house if we clean for you. We can help you rearrange. We can help you fold your clothes. We can help you get rid of this. And then show your face on the page, explaining why there is mildew on the floor, what water in the wall and fungi on the wall can do, how it can be a hazard to the health. Educate people on your page. Before you know, people will follow you naturally because they want to learn from you. And if they can learn something from you, they can patronize you as well. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, that's a very good question, a very good answer. Like I said, just to buttress what you said when it comes to the new trendy thing that makes you get more clients. You might have 100 followers and you are raking millions of naira because when you seal up some business, people will see it all. So what you need to do is do of real. Real sells more now when it comes to servicing business. When you're doing real, make a video. Some people just, because of the music on it, they want to listen to it. With the music, they're able to get the message you're trying to pass. But I'll tell you, when you're trying to do something, use one stone to kill two birds.
Yeah.
There's some things that we've been doing that is wrong. So I need to call my own back end, the media people, that I want you to do some things. Let me get some information about you. How can we trend? People are making business, and they told me the new trend is that always do your ad on Facebook. Now you have opportunity to tick if you want the same ad to show on Instagram or to show on your WhatsApp. So now we've moved from doing direct ad, sponsor ad on Facebook on Instagram. We're not doing it, and I could see the large. Throughout the last 2 weeks, I've been telling them what's going on. We've not been sleeping. We've not been resting. They said we changed. We now do our sponsor on Facebook. But if you check under that same ad, they'll tell you, do you want it to be on the Instagram? You want the ad to be on the Instagram? You tick it. There's a box there. Tick on your WhatsApp page. You tick. But when you do that, that means that you're doing you only did one sponsor on the Facebook, but it goes around 3 different platforms. So with that, you're good to go. and do some, when you go to your site, you know how we do it, do some reels. When you want to just do some reels, when you do the reels, when you do those reels, that will go for you. People want to listen, people want to do. And she has mentioned it once in a while, come up and tell us about what you do. People like to put your face to your business. You might be doing it, but some people don't know. The only time you bring out your face, maybe that is the only time somebody said, and I love this guy, the way he talks. I love this lady with her head through and all that. So always bring your face to what you do. When you bring your face to it, and you will get it right. So please bring your face to it, because the time is well spent, and we want you to, next month is another month. And if you still want to follow us up, we have a platform that we call the Business Network Platform. I believe they dropped the number that you can reach on there. If you go there, we can add you. You'll get more information about the business as a whole. As an entrepreneur, you want to go into entrepreneur, this new year that is coming, you need to start early. That's another thing that we all don't know. Check your last year. You need to check what have you made. Were you able to meet up 100%? If you couldn't meet up that 100% of your New Year resolution about your business, take that fragment that's remaining. You need to put it on the next year. But most people will dump it. You want to start a new one. Nobody does that. You need to see what you couldn't meet up. You need to add it to that so that you will know that you are going to put on a real fight. You know, it's meant to be 100% that you're meant to chase. But now you are meant to chase. Maybe you couldn't meet up 100%. You met up, let's say you met 70. You know the 30 remaining. Add it to the 100. So you know that you have a target. What you're going to do this year to move with a light of speed. That is what I do. Because I would think that, I couldn't meet. So I always want to do that. Can I supersede that 100 and make 150? So that I will know that what I'm going to change, let's say, is going to be 50. I learned this thing from my own mentor. And that mentor, I'm telling you, is one of the person that I can never forget in my life. And that was how he said he has been running it. He's a big friend. These are people that I know all over Nigeria, but he's a business that I have opportunity to sit with him, and he told me this is what he does. And really, sir. And since then, that's what I've been doing it. So it's not something we can cap all day, but we really appreciate everybody that comes out today to listen to this opportunity. Next month, which is going to be the last month of the year, and it's going to be the person we are bringing is going to be a big fish. That's why we kept him to that last of the year, because I believe what is going to give to us, that fish is going to give to us, is going to take us into next year for us to start the real run. And with that, we know that election is coming next year. You need plan now. Plan now. Don't let what happened. I don't know most people that have that some people traveled home during one election and you were stuck, couldn't come back home because they said they postponed, they said there's no movement. So plan yourself now. Start planning yourself now. That is the only best way you can run. Don't wait for, next year I'll start. Yeah. Madam Stella has come to tell us different things that we can work on. She's a business guru. She has been into this. And someone asked a question, but because of the time well spent, I don't want us to go. The question on IG is too much. It's because of your people. Maybe that's why they're asking about the business. But we really appreciate you. But that question, if you can just do maybe on that, I don't know if the person was, it's a funny question, maybe under 1 minute, if you can just do it for us. He said, but you started from my 12. Is that true, madam?
No, I didn't start. Is that supposed to be for me?
Yes. Said you started your business from my 12. Is that true? Buying things from my 12.
No, I didn't start my business.
So where did the person hear that story
I didn't
from?
start my business from my 12.
So I think maybe you are mixing up. You didn't start a business my 12, so let us get it right. So as we always do, please can we all just unmute ourselves and appreciate I see. Thank you, Mr. Regina, Mr. Regina, thank you for coming, Prof. I thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Stella. Thank you.
Thanks for the information. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you very
Madam
much.
Stella. Thank you.
I appreciate you very much. I hope you guys gained something, at least one thing, please.
I learned a lot.
Nice.
Thank you. I'm
Thank
glad
the
you did.